The most shocking news of the year, from the mouth of a mysterious figure. He describes a completely different version of July 5th, 2025. Disaster, and this mysterious figure is no one else. It is the famous Japanese physicist Baojiang Kunio. Here. You probably have the same reaction as me. Physicists predict disaster and it's been cancelled. What the hell is this? Don't worry, let's start from the beginning. Let's unravel this cross-science together. Bizarre stories of spirituality and conspiracy. Baojin will let you support your eyes. I wonder if this script was written by Hollywood. Let me introduce the main character, Kunio Baojiang. Kunio Baojiang is 74 years old. Born in 1951, has a great background. Graduated from the Department of Astronomy, Northeastern University. Take PhD in science from Shimoda Kyoto University and Nagoya University. A former lecturer at the University of Geneva. Dongji researcher. Later served as the Virgin of Japan. Professor, Chingshin Women's University. Sounds like a standard academic elite, right? And here's the thing. He was Japan's first Nobel laureate in physics, Yukawa Hideki. Successor of the theory of primordial equals, and have succeeded. Derived a famous physical formula. It's called the Baojiang equation. It is said that this equation, between classical mechanics and quantum mechanics, build bridges. It is an important breakthrough in the development of quantum physics. Make him famous in the international physics community. Simply put, Baojiang Bangfu. He used to be a famous physics god. Level character, but you think he's just a nerd? Scientists are wrong. Baojiang Bangfu is a strange person who does not take the usual path. He had a soft spot for mysterious phenomena since he was a child. The reason is simple. A childhood experience of witnessing a UFO firsthand completely changed the course of his life. It was one evening when he was in 2nd grade. Around 5 o'clock, Xiao Bao will ride a bicycle with his friends near his home. Suddenly, they saw a strange thing flying in the sky. Cigar-shaped flying objects silently streak across the sky. Nothing like a plane. The two children were dumbfounded, staring straight at the UFO disappear into the clouds. This incident shocked Baojiang a lot. Imagine a school-aged child suddenly seeing a UFO. Can you not get excited? From then on, he was interested in UFOs, have developed a keen interest in extraterrestrial civilizations. I thought, wow, the universe is so big. UFOs are real. I have to figure out what they are when I grow up. And so he grew up studying physics. And not forgetting to focus on the occult. His career took off. The unique route of rationalist metaphysics, doing rigorous scientific research in the laboratory, at the same time, consciousness, soul, supernatural abilities, etc. Keep an open mind in the invisible world. This is left-handed science, right-handed spirituality. It makes him one of the most controversial scientists of our time. Half of the academic community thinks he's smart. The other half, people in the mysterious cultural circle, regarded him as a master. You said it was exciting or not. The protagonist of the story is introduced. Now let's get down to business. The cataclysm prediction for July 5th, 2025. In fact, the rumors surrounding this day. In recent years, it has made a lot of noise in Japan and on the internet. The origin can be traced back to a Japanese cartoonist. Number of Dragons. Dragon Quantity published a comic strip in 1999. The Future I See. It records his many true precognitive dreams. The most famous is, he dreamed of a huge earthquake in Japan in 2011. Tsunami, and this dream later became known as the Great East Japan Earthquake struck in March 2011. It matches the details mentioned in his comic strikingly. Because of this, the number of dragons is designated in Japan. Prophecy cartoonist. The Future I Saw was out of print. After 2011, it made sky-high prices in the second-hand market. Fans get that comic book like a treasure. There is also an unfulfilled prophecy. The real catastrophe will happen in July 2025. And here's what's really exciting. Number of Dragons in his 2021 edition of the full comic. Postscript, he once saw July 5th clearly in his dream. This day, even vaguely perceive a specific moment, 4:18. The dream scene is quite shocking. He takes a bird's-eye view. See, the Pacific Ocean south of Japan erupted suddenly. The sea rose sharply. Then a huge tsunami centered on that point. Spread around. Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Philippines. The entire western Pacific coast. More than the 2011 tsunami. 3 times higher waves hit. He also dreamed that the land was squeezed and uplifted, even between Japan and the Philippines, into terrestrial landforms. It's like the Earth's crust changing. The last dream, he heard a message that after a disaster, will usher in a brighter future. Just listen to this description. Are you getting goosebumps? The number of dragons itself was startled, but he believed that this was his destiny. Make the prophecy known. Let people take precautions early. He even wrote on the waiting plane, foresight is a warning, because it can be avoided. That's why I was shown it. I think there must be a way to disaster, or reduce the scale of the disaster. So he hopes that by making this dream information public, get everyone ready. Maybe it can change the outcome of the future. So on July 5th, 2025, this became the legendary ominous day. Many Japanese netizens, the spiritual community began to debate. Is it 2025? There will really be a super earthquake or tsunami in Japan. Some even started forums and communities. Analyze leads every day. Discuss how to take refuge. After all, the number of dragons is not random nonsense. People have already had a dream once. Who dares to be careless? What's more hanging is, except for the number of dragons and all kinds of future people. Mysterious prophet also jumps. There was an earthquake when it came out. There was a lot of talk about meteorites for a while. Let this prophecy cast more fog. Originally, this kind of prophecy topic is mostly the folk themselves. Serious scientists generally avoid it. Who wants to deal with precognitive dreams, right? But this is the moment. Our protagonist, Baojiang Bonfu, it actually happened. A leading physicist. Roll up your sleeves and join the prophecy discussion. This style is strange enough. And here's what's really exciting. He has mastered two about the July 5th disaster. Top secret insider. And these two pieces of information, the dream details match the number of dragons amazingly. Here's the thing. At first, Bao Gangfu made predictions about the so-called dream. I was a bit skeptical. After all, scientific training. I don't believe in dreams all the time. But after receiving two non-public messages in a row, he can't sit still. Get serious. Try to put this information, compare with the dream of the number of dragons. And he found out. There were too many coincidences for him to ignore. It was like pieces of a puzzle were put together. A startling image emerges. Let's see. Two key pieces of information in the hands of Bao Jinggang. Inside information 1. NASA personnel revealed the exact time one day. Bao Jingbangfu privately talked to a NASA friends chat. The other party revealed mysteriously. In fact, the United States has long been aware of a major disaster. Occurrence time. On July 5th, 2025, at 4:18 a.m., Bao Jiang's eyes widened on the spot, 4:18. So precise. Are you sure you're not kidding me? Lots of people nod like mashing garlic. Indicates that the news is true, and it's off the coast of southern Japan. It could cause a devastating tsunami. Bao Jiang only felt a chill in his back after listening to it. This is not correct in Dragon. Did the scene in the quantity dream match? Although I didn't say I am still PM in my dream. But NASA friends emphasize that it is 4:18 in the morning. Let's pause for a moment. Detail this 4:18 mystery. General natural disaster. Can you accurately predict a certain year, month, day, and minute? Think about it. The path of the typhoon can be estimated a few days in advance. Some earthquake volcano is even more uncertain. Unable to predict accurately. The only exception is a space object impact. That's right, the Human Astronomical Monitoring System. If an asteroid is found headed towards Earth, after orbit calculation, it is possible that in advance, Long predicted the time and place of his impact. It's down to the minute. Except for this kind of stuff that fell from the sky. Other natural disasters. Where can I catch a precise point like 4:18? Bao will make Bangfu an expert in astrophysics. Immediately figure out this section. If even the time is determined more than 2 years in advance, 9 times out of 10 it wasn't an earthquake. It's asteroid or comet debris hitting the Earth. He speculated that there might have been a meteorite. Impact expected in August 2025. But as the observational data continues to be updated, the estimated time of impact is getting earlier and earlier. Finally brought forward to early July. That's what happened in the early morning of July 5th. If a meteorite falls off the coast of southern Japan, Philippine Sea, it crashed into the sea, causing a violent underwater explosion. A huge tsunami will run, attacking the coasts of Japan and surrounding countries. This is the tsunami picture in the dream of the dragon quantity. Exactly the same. At this moment, Baojiang must be in a cold sweat. I thought, isn't this dream prophecy really nonsense? It even matches the time. Insider information. 2 U.S. executives hint at planned cancellation. All right, NASA's meteorite intelligence alone is crazy enough. But there is a second message. More confusing. It is said that Kunio Baojiang, also from a senior U.S. government official. Hear the wind? Inside the White House. In fact, this disaster has already been discussed. We even have a response plan. It was during the Biden administration. An intelligence unit did a disaster briefing for the president. The content includes the possibility of a super tsunami, affect Japan, and so on. It sounds like the Americans are taking this threat seriously. Some preventive or response measures are already being planned. For example, should we issue an early warning? United Nations for Disaster Prevention. However, a turning point in the story occurs. There has been a major change in American politics. Trump is making a comeback in the 2024 election. Re-elected President of the United States. 3 fires as a new White House official takes office. It is rumored that the set that was originally being prepared during the Biden administration, disaster response plan, it was stopped. Yes, you heard that right. That plan was cancelled. And when Bao Jiang released the news, although the pronunciation is unknown, but he understood the reasons for suggesting that the plan was cancelled. It's because of Trump. That's a lot of information. Trump takes office. Let a scheduled cataclysm be cancelled. What the hell does that mean? Is it a disaster? Can you still say it doesn't happen if it doesn't happen? For a moment, everyone's brains are all open. Speculation about the truth behind the cancellation. A guess is called cancellation. Refers to the fact that the United States has lifted its warning of the disaster, or preventive measures. Trump may think, no need to make a big deal about the plan. Just ignore him. That sounds counterintuitive. But don't forget, Mr. Kawa has always been a maverick. Maybe don't let the people panic. Pretend it's okay, so call off the relevant plan. Under this statement, the disaster itself, meteor impacts still happen. It's just that the United States chose not to announce it in advance. Wait-and-see attitude. Second conspiracy theory. Isn't this disaster all natural? Conspiracy theorists make bold assumptions. The original catastrophe of July 5th, it may have been artificially planned by some forces, such as detonating nuclear weapons, triggering evil plans like a tsunami. The Biden administration or certain aides may have been informed and involved with preparations, but Trump quit after taking office. Order the black plan to be stopped. So-called cancellation. It was originally intended to, the shady operation of the matter has been stopped. If so, isn't Trump wrong? Become the point person to save the world. And there's an idea somewhere in between. Maybe the disaster itself was a natural meteorite impact, but someone wants to play on the topic, adding human intervention to natural disasters, make the damage worse, or achieve some strategic purpose. For example, something happened during the National Day of the United States. It's intriguing. July 5th at 4:18 a.m. Japan time. Converted to U.S. time, it happens to be the afternoon of July 4th. Celebratory moments during the Independence Day holiday in the United States. National holiday lax. It's the most defenseless stall in the United States. If there are hostile forces who want to make trouble at this time, America is indeed prone to neglect. Conspiracy theorists suspect, if this disaster is man-made, that pic was launched on the afternoon of the 4th of July. Most likely a deliberate strategic calculation. As for who is going to do this wicked alien, terrorist, a government black plan, then everyone talks. Of course, all of the above speculations. There is no official document to confirm. Pure intracerebral storm, but these words thrown by Bao Jiang Gongfu, ambiguous revelations. Enough to detonate public opinion. He didn't go into the details himself. To put it mildly, it was cancelled after Trump was elected. Just leave a group of melon eaters to make up for it. The result is, it's already in the spotlight. July 5th, 2025 prophecy. Now it's even more foggy. It became a prophecy, the hot topic of conspiracy politics. And everybody was so freaked out that they remembered the date. Curious. Could it be someone behind the scenes really prevented a doomsday catastrophe? So much for that. Summarize the context so far. Dragon quantity dream profit NASA essence. Time leak. U.S. officials have hinted at plans to cancel. Add to that, the wonderful chain reaction of Trump's re-election. It feels like we're solving a timeout puzzle. And Kunio Yasue, like a pointed person. String these clues together. So here's a little bit of the picture. But do you think it's over? No, as I said before. Bao Jiang Bangfu, not just one. Physicists who receive information passively, he himself is hiding even greater wonders. And this story promises more ups and downs. Never lose to science fiction movies, because we're going to talk about alien consciousness transmission, Russian paranormal technology, and Kunio Yasue, and a Japanese prophetess. The next turn is from the prophecy circle. Enter the alien secret circle. Speaking of Bao Jiang Bangfu, due to his love of UFOs and paranormal phenomena, over the years there has been a lot of research on alien civilizations. He believed in the absolute existence of aliens, and believed that these advanced civilizations, in fact, it has always been secretly involved in human development, including policy partnerships with countries. And here's what's amazing. Some extraterrestrial information about the Bao Jiang gang. It originated from a Japanese female prophet. This prophet's name is Akamatsu. Akamatsu is quite famous in the Japanese psionic circle. Legend has it that it has psychic precognition. He has a private relationship with Bao Jiang Bangfu. The two are a teacher and a friend. One is the god of science. One is a spiritual expert. It's fantastic. Have a meeting. Shi Songtong brought a powerful message to Bao Jiang. directly smashed his universe into pieces. Chi Songtong said mysteriously to Bao Jiang, "Did you know? Soviet Union, why can we lead the world in space technology? Part of the reason is that they first came into contact with aliens." Bao Jiang was stunned. "I thought I heard it wrong. Soviet alien. You mean the KGB file kind? Rumor?" Akamatsu smiled slightly. "Continue to those aliens who look special. Blonde, like a Northern European." Bao Jiang complains that the Nordic aliens are also divided into races, turned into the Nordic peak. Ki Songtong nodded. "Yes. They look like blonde Caucasians. But the biggest difference from humans is the way they communicate." What a different way for Bao to hang his curiosity. Akamatsu smiled mysteriously. "They don't talk. Send information directly with consciousness. Consciousness communicates information. These two people are not talking about a movie script. It is the fact claimed by Akamatsu Tong," he told Bao Jiang Gangfu. "These blonde aliens possesses excellent spiritual communication skills. You can directly put the language, images, and even entire sets of technical blueprints, packed with thoughts and sent to the human brain." You read that right. Directly into the brain. It seems that the other party's head is a Wi-Fi hotspot. Don't say a word. Akamatsu continues to break the news. Back at the height of the Cold War, Soviet scientists, already through this exchange of consciousness, got a blueprint for an alien spacecraft. Aliens put the complete spacecraft, sent to the minds of the relevant Soviet personnel, and the Soviets were skeptical at first. But those technical details that come to mind, sophisticated, not a human fantasy. Since the drawings fell from the sky, there is no need for nothing. So the Soviet authorities secretly assembled a team, secretly build a spaceship according to alien blueprints. The result can be imagined. Fall down for a few years, in the mysterious base. And he actually made a weird flying saucer. The plot is reversed. After the spacecraft is built, Soviet scientists were full of expectations, and he wouldn't budge. All instruments are installed in place. It's also powered on, but the ship just didn't respond. Can't start at all. It's like a luxurious empty shell is placed there. Engineers are dumbfounded. Isn't this given a full set of designs? Why can't the power be turned on? Are aliens playing tricks on us? They were baffled. I can only ask for help from those blonde alien friends again. This time the aliens' answer was even more mysterious. They said they wanted to start the ship. Need the help of Anastasians. Anastasians? What kind of black technology term is this? Soviet experts are full of question marks. I wonder if it's some kind of code-named weapon or system. As a result, I asked, discover it refers to a group of people living deep in Siberia, primitive tribe, and it's a matriarchal clan. Female chief of the tribe. Generations have passed down special extrasensory abilities. Alien hint. To make the ship run, we need to invite people from this tribe. Connect the soul of the spaceship. It turns out that the Anastasians did exist. They really exist in the remote taiga of Russia. Then there was a Russian entrepreneur and writer, Vladimir Megre. While sailing alone in Siberia in the 1990s, claimed to see, met a young woman from this mysterious tribe, Anastasia. This woman has blonde hair and blue eyes, living barefoot in primeval forests, but possesses incredible wisdom and ability. He doesn't have to go out of the forest. You can see what's happening in the outside world. It can read information like the Akashic records, communicate well with plants and animals. Megre was deeply moved by him. I went back and I wrote a series of books. The famous Meditation Cedar series, recorded in detail, the experience of getting along with Anastasia, but now I'm going to move on. According to Akamatsu, the Soviet authorities really followed the lead, found this hermit tribe in Siberia, and tried to cooperate with them. An Anastasian elder, invited to a secret Soviet base, participate in the spacecraft program. He enters the cabin. Fly with your hands. The inside of the boat closed its eyes and meditated for a while. Scientists are waiting. I saw him say slowly at last, every part has a soul. They need to connect on a spiritual level. The spaceship wakes up. Then under his guidance, engineering team on spacecraft, reassemble and debug. Special attention is paid to the energy connection between each component. Finally, a miracle happened. Sleeping ship. There was a humming energy resonance. Indoor instrument light. And for a moment, the scientists were stunned. I couldn't believe my eyes. It turns out that you don't just need wrenches and screws to make the flying saucer work. It also requires the activation of the soul level. From this story, we see alien technology and human spirituality, so closely related. Tall flying saucers are inseparable from the mind start button. Modern engineering also has to cooperate with primitive witchcraft to power technologies that far exceed the level of the Earth. This is simply a subversion of traditional scientific concepts. No wonder Baojiang Gangfu is against Akamatsu Tong. Admired five-body cast. After all, he always believed consciousness has a mysterious connection with matter. So here's the evidence. No wonder he dared to raise all kinds of fears. The idea of worldliness, because in his opinion, in fact, modern science still has many blind spots to explore. And ancient wisdom and alien civilizations. Maybe it just provides a new idea. Okay, now let's uncover the clues. On one side is the upcoming 7.5 disaster prediction, involving NASA space intelligence, White House decision-making, and political gaming. The other side is hidden in the shadows of history, alien technology and spiritual secrets, involving Soviet mysterious prophets and ancient tribes. The two lines seem to be in a hurry. But in the case of someone like Kunio Baojiang, they converged. He was like a man standing at a crossroads. Science in one hand, holding spirituality in one hand, piece together the pieces from different fields, trying to uncover the truth. Then Kunio Baojiang, the possible disaster on July 5, 2025. What is the final conclusion? He synthesized all the above information. Make a bold inference. This disaster may have been cancelled. He thinks Trump's election has led to the termination of some kind of plan. It may well mean that the disaster is solved. And don't forget, the number of dragons is also mentioned in the epilogue of his prophecy, can be avoided. So I was seen, that is to say, perhaps because of the openness of the prophecy, people's attention, coupled with the efforts of some hidden forces, whether human or alien, the catastrophe of this dream will not happen in the end. Baojiang even further promoted this. If July 5th is really safe, that proves that humans have the ability to change destiny, whether through technological means, destroy or deflect meteorites. Or did influential figures stop the conspiracy? Or a global consciousness? Pray to diffuse the disaster. The result is that the crisis is lifted, and once the prophetic crisis is lifted, humanity may usher in a new situation. This also reflects the number of dragons. After the disaster, there will be a bright future. Maybe in trouble. We will enter a new era after the disaster. Anyway, Baojiang still gave specific preventive suggestions. He has said publicly, if you are really worried about something big on July 5th, a few places in Japan that are relatively safe are Hokkaido, the mountains of Shanli County, and Okayama Prefecture, especially Okayama. He emphasized 2 points. The geological structure of Okayama is stable, relatively safe in past disasters. The Japanese government has always regarded Okayama as Tokyo, Beiyuan capital, established a complete backup system in Okayama City. Store important information and resources in Tokyo. That is to say, if Tokyo is destroyed, Okayama can go up immediately. This level of backup city, not picked casually, there must be security behind it. In the face of heated discussions, what can we ordinary melon eaters do? Probably just being curious but not panicking. Just wait and see. After all, the truth is unknown. Arrived on July 5th, 2025. What should be performed will naturally be performed. If the day is calm, nothing unusual. That may confirm the optimistic conclusion of the cancelled prophecy, and if an unfortunate catastrophe occurs, at least a lot of people are prepared. Can reduce casualties, perhaps also because of the foresight of prophecy, saved countless lives. If things develop into a third scenario, something completely unexpected happens, then we will witness history even more. Imagine that, July 4th, National Day fireworks. On July 5th, dawn broke on the Japanese side. The world is watching Tokyo time at 4:18. If nothing happens at that moment, many people will suddenly realize it's time to spit out the breath I'm holding. And in case of a slight change, I'm afraid it will cause an uproar on the internet. Has it started? No matter the outcome, this legend about the future, it has been deeply imprinted in people's hearts. From Baojiang Gangfu, we see it's a compelling narrative. Science and mystery are no longer in opposition. It wraps around like a double helix, gives us new ways to explain the world. No matter which theory you prefer, at least this story tells us one thing. Forever curious about the unknown. It is because someone is willing to break through stereotypes, explore the unknown. We can detect potential crises early. There is even a chance to change the course of fate. Maybe look back in a few years. We will happily say, fortunately that disaster did not happen, and while being fortunate, don't forget those who ran for the prophecy all those years. They are like the madmen and prophets of the times. Ignite the truth with madness. Rewrite the future with prophets. So what exactly will happen on July 5th, 2025? Is it rough or calm? Is it true, or there is no danger? We are Mudai. Before that, might as well put this legend, share it with friends as an after-dinner topic. Maybe then, you will know the inside story in advance, and a lot of calm even if nothing happens in the end. We also got a great story, right? Anyway, let time reveal the answer. Remember the old saying, hope for the best. Plan ahead. July 5th at 4:18 a.m. We meet and wait, looking forward to welcoming a bright future dawn.